Hi friends, it's Allison. Welcome back to AJ's Inspired Life. Welcome to a journal with me. I am working in my September journal. I am flipping through pages, and as you can see, there is no journaling here, guys. There's just no journaling. So I took some time to come down and try and figure out some stuff on my pages. I've been putting stuff in, but just not, I have not had the time. I just haven't. And so this is me spending a little over an hour trying to catch up a little bit and at least get things down in my page. So I just thought I'd bring you along. I think for some of us, there are definitely days where I can journal my day. There's definitely times when I can come down and journal about my day and it's done. Most of the time, that's not what happens. Most of the time, it's a little bit of a catch up. Right now, I try and do it like a little bit when I can. At least you'll see the sticky notes on each page, right? So I might, if I have 15 minutes or something, just come down, maybe glue some stuff in, write the sticky note, whatever it is. Dump the pile of fodder from my week, right? But I just haven't taken the time to complete the pages. And so this is a major catch-up session and it's nowhere near done, but I just thought I'd bring you along for it. And I had just like a movie playing in the background. So then I'm in need of doing the voiceover because I don't think anybody wants to just watch me fiddle around in my journal. I don't know. So, so that's where we're at. So I took the little bag. You can just see I went to the pharmacy that day and picked up some medicine, and I cut the bag, obviously, and I've done this before. You guys, I think probably once a month, see the same little bag. Made a little pocket, and I'm putting some Project Life cards in there to journal later. So you can see there, I have like big sticker sheets and stuff tucked into the pages where I want them. So I'm just trying to like go through the desk, find the pieces, figure out what's on what page, at least for right now, right? So I'm just making some notes to myself about what needs to go where, dumping my thoughts. Obviously not going through my phone at this point because the phone is filming. So any notes I have on there. And I'm just not using my other journal, like the little weekly journal that we were all going to, use. Some of us are using it better than some of us. And so for me, that system is not really working. So I still have my planner, I think is part of the problem. So I'm using my planner and some notes on my phone. But for right now, I'm just trying to use my brain. So there's a little, fodder from the day. I went to Panda Express that day and just cut out the little cookie thing. There's me digging in that glue. Look at you guys. We're going to finish it. We're going to finish it. So exciting. So digging out the bottom of that and making sure we, make good use of what we can, right? That's what we try and do. So, because I can't believe we're like really almost at the end of October. I mean, we are at the end of October. As I film this, or as I'm recording this, it's the last day of October. No, it's not. Last day of September, excuse me. It's almost October and I'm freaking out. Why? Why, you ask? Well, because Allison hasn't made her October journal yet. So, and we are not going to be here tomorrow. So I will probably talk about that a little bit as I journal my pages. But anyway, I need to figure out what I'm doing for journaling for October. I always like the composition book. So if you guys didn't see me make this composition book, it's a composition book. I didn't make it. I cut it down in size and then I cut out a lot of the pages. So this page I'm on right now is a perfect example. I cut down a lot of the pages. You can see where I left a little bit in the seam of the pages that I cut out. I did that for two reasons. One, to kind of help the book's integrity and stay intact. Two, the scrapbook paper that is right there, the yellow one, I sandwiched in between two of those pages. So if you want to see how I did that, you can go down and watch the how I make a journal video or whatever. And it's probably the last one because it's September. So I absolutely love this quote. I've had it forever. And it might have come from Happy Mail. I'm not too sure, but it definitely, I think, came from a Mantra magazine, my favorite magazine. And I'm just backing it in case I want to use it for journaling. And it says, it's okay to be a mess. And I just love it so much. So I'm going to sandwich it, or I'm actually going to glue it onto that little piece of, existing paper that's there. And that way it, is like literally a flip. There's nothing, I don't know. I just enjoy it. So I've enjoyed the comp book this month. It's not quite the same as a full-size comp book for whatever reason, like when you hold it in your hand type thing. That's the only way I can explain it. But I've definitely enjoyed it. I love the paper on it, honestly. It's just this, especially when you watercolor on it, which I've done on those pages, you can see. I love the crinkliness, right? And how it kind of dries. And the other pages I have glued together. And so there's two of them together. And so they kind of crinkle. I do love that. What am I doing for October, you ask? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing for October. Do you know what you're doing for October? Some of you I know have made your journals, or, you've decided, or you're already in like what you're going to use. I'm still debating. I filmed a planner video a while ago for you guys of kind of my current planner crisis, if you will. That's a new cut book that I recently reviewed with you guys as well. I'm trying to see if there's something in there that I could make use of. We're going to have to put our brains to the test on this book and really see if we can find something. But I mean, you saw it. That's what I'm going back for right there. Because I need it. I need every banana there is. I need them all. So it's going to fit great on this yellow page, and it goes perfect with my. So anyway, so the planner situation, I don't know. I'm not really using my planner to its full potency, I guess, and I want to. And I'm really debating like what I need to do. And I have like some major changes going on, and I don't know what my needs are going to be. I guess that's where I'm kind of stuck. And so I'm hesitant. And so I've bought like a cheap planner, but I'm not moving planners until I get my life situated right now, because there's so many notes in my current planner. About, phone calls or numbers or just like weird little things notes I took while I was on a phone call, just all sorts of stuff. And I was like, I cannot change planners right now. That'd be a really bad idea. So, yeah. So I don't know what I'm going to do for the new year is what I'm saying. But for right now, I'm going to stick with what I have. That being said, how did I even get on this topic? I don't even know. Taking notes and stuff, I guess. So what am I looking at? I'm looking at stickers. I'm trying to find some stuff to put on this page. And I have a little thing of, this is my September capsule, you guys. If we're going to call it, sweet Lydia calls it a capsule. I don't quite know. I mean, I call it a bucket of stuff is what I call it, but it's my month bucket. Now, she is very good about like using what she puts in her capsule every month. And I am not, but I'm getting better. And I actually separated it out into two different things. So I have this one that is things I pulled that I thought I might use this month, but I took out all the plain, like I took out all the scraps and I made another little bin. And I'm really actually enjoying that, because if I'm looking for like a piece of paper for a background or something like that, like it's going to be in a different place. I don't know. So for me, it's working with my brain. Okay. So I'm pulling a few things that I think might be able to work in kind of the days. Excuse me. I'm yawning. It's the middle of the day. Don't get me wrong. But my body's like, could we maybe take a nap today? I'm pulling a few things that I think might work for some of these pages. So I'm trying to fiddle through here, and yeah. Now I'm tempted because those are like University of Montana stuff, but I'm not going to pull them because they're specifically football, and I just didn't feel like I wanted them necessarily. Now, here's my printables. I'm trying to show you that lid. Oh, and there's my other little box of like, I don't know why they get their own little box. I have them all over. Little quotes that I printed out from on my camera, or Canon selfie printer, not my camera. But so I'm going through the printables. The folder I have in front of me is Courtney Diaz. And so I felt like my mood recently would fit some of her little monsters. At least the ones I have. I haven't been a Patreon for a while, but yeah. So I kind of thought, and look at that orange guy. I mean, yes to that. Okay. So I end up just cutting him out. And I mean, I could cut this video down, you guys, but this is the actual process. And again, I did speed it up. It was about an hour and 15 minutes, I think, total. You would think, excuse me, I'm having some tea. You would think that I would have been done with my journaling, but absolutely not. Like, not even close, right? So I'm going to stick him on there. He kind of looks like what I feel like that day. And so that makes sense to my brain. A little glue on that. And we are at the end of this month, and this journal, you can see, although I have those sticker sheets in there, it's pretty, I don't know, fluffy on that left side. Like I'm kind of, you can see me pressed down there. So it is holding the love, but it's getting pretty fat. And I love it, but some of these pages are quite full. So again, digging out the glue stick, digging at it, and making sure that we get every little piece possible from it for sure. And then I want to make sure that I can journal what I need to that day. And so I'm just trying to kind of create spaces for it, obviously. And I can't see what that one is. I forget because I don't have it. You guys, I'm excited when I dig stuff out because it's like, oh, I get to put it in my used box for the month. And so I actually used up the end of my Sparkle Mod Podge. And so like that's kind of a big one, but I need to buy some more. So I was checking my Amazon cart to the last time I bought some, and I know I already had some. So anyway, trying to see like how often I actually go through it, I guess is what, yeah. So, but I do love seeing all the used stuff. That is like a little sticker, and I know it doesn't quite make sense because it has a palm tree and a wave, but it just says, let's relax. And that is exactly what my husband and I did yesterday. I mean, you know, sort of. We stayed home. I worked on the computer for most of the day, not most of the day, like 4 hours maybe in the morning, and then trying to get stuff done. I think we both took a nap. You guys, I'm yawning. Excuse me. I went to PT and then we went to the gym. So it was a pretty relaxing day. My husband has been traveling this week and he is exhausted, like traveling from work. So that is just a cutout from a magazine, you guys. I've had it forever. I don't even know what it is. I don't care. I love it. I pulled it for this month and I put it kind of on that page as fun. I think it's beautiful. And so I'm just sandwiching it in. This is what we talked about. I'm gluing it onto one of those little pieces of white paper that's left over in the journal, right? And so it's going to get kind of sandwiched in between those two white pieces of paper. And I just think it creates like a really fun flip without, I mean, you can create a tip-in with just a piece of tape, obviously, but I like using the little pieces of notebook since I have them, and I think they're kind of fun. I don't know. I love that thing. I just think it looks so cool, and and kind of different. I don't know. It was fun colors. I mean, obviously I could use it the next 2 months, but I just decided today was the day. So that's the one we're going to use, and I like it. I'm going to cut while I chat with you guys because I am cutting out today's page stuff. That's a little tag that I made just from like a scrap. Those were scraps in my drawer. And you can see the yellow paper matches one of those pages that was left over from the paper I made my notebook with. And I just made that little tab on the top. And so I made a little tag for a journaling spot for that page. And I thought it kind of went there like well. This page is a hot mess. We're gonna bypass that page for a little bit. I do have some stuff in there. The reason partially that it's kind of a mess is because I have some pictures to go on that page and I didn't print them up. And so I want to wait until I have the pictures to, yeah. So I'm making myself a note, like pay attention, don't be a ding dong. And we'll see. I think that I'm trying to think. Oh, I thought I put something else in there, but I didn't. So, okay. So this is Monday of this week. There's a silly picture of me. And then there's a quote on the top that I end up moving, but it said, "Let's forget the baggages of the past and make a new beginning." And so, this day was like kind of a big day. I'm trying to frame this little picture of me. I don't know why. Like I watercolored the back and it's kind of like actually pinkish. Yeah, I'm going to say it's pinkish. It was supposed to be a little bit more orangey, but it's pretty faded and light. And so I'm just trying to back it a little bit. I end up actually choosing a little bit of like, it's actually pink paper, but I do have the Smile Today on the right, or, at the top, excuse me, and that's pink. And so, whatever. There is the topic of the day. There it is. So I actually handed in my resignation today, or that day. And so, yeah, that it has been like extremely emotional, and it just is what it is, right? And so I wanted to definitely note it. I did find that word quit. I'm sure it was like in a fitness magazine and it said like quit sugar or quit whatever, but I had been saving it for a little bit and had it in there. So I'm just going to like put it at the top. I just grabbed a single letter out of my alpha folder, and it just says I quit. And so I gave 4 weeks notice. I didn't like walk out or anything crazy. But so now it's a month long of ending, right? It's a month long of saying goodbyes and whatnot, which is like really, really hard. This is a quote, like I've had this in my office forever. And I decided today was a good day. I brought it home a while ago. I think I even showed it to you guys, and I'm trying to cut it down to get it in my book. I could have cut it down a little bit more, but I didn't want to cut off the author, and I didn't. It sticks out a little bit, but it's fine. It's completely fine. But I keep messing with it a little bit. So I think I've cut it enough, and I haven't. So I'm going to keep cutting some more. It had some like a kind of cool trim on it, and I was hoping I could maybe preserve some of it, but no. So the quote, it says, "Surrender to what is, let go of what was, and have faith in what will be." And so, and I thought it was just beautiful for what I wanted the energy of this day to hold. It has another quote on the back, and which also fits. It's fine, and it matches the paper, like the coloring of the paper, so it's fine. And the quote on the back says, "Always try to be a little kinder than is necessary." And I absolutely love that and believe in that very much. So I just am leaving the whole thing as a tip in. I thought originally I would maybe make like a giant pocket or something out of this and kind of make it my page, but but I'm just going to tip the whole thing in. So that's me trying to fold that tape into the seam there and get it as close, in there as possible. And then there's the quote on the back. And the quote on the back, like I said, I think it works pretty well anyway. Those colors, it's kind of that dark berry and then that gray writing. And yeah, it's fine. So there's the hot mess page again. I am going to add some little house tape because this day my husband was gone for 9 days, I guess, which was shorter than he originally thought, but regardless. So he drove home. Is this Thursday? I'm trying to think. I guess he drove home. Oh, yeah, it was Thursday. I'm sorry. So he left Wednesday. No, he didn't. He worked Wednesday night, middle of the night. Crazy. And then he went and drove home to see me very, very quickly. He got home at like 3 a.m. And then he left and drove out to Eastern Washington, which is like 4.5, 5, 6 hours. I don't even know. To see Rue because she traveled for soccer. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. So little house tape there at the bottom. Okay, so the next, the page is, look at that adorable Happy Meal, you guys. That Make Waves postcard. I love it so much. And here is the perfect day to use it. So this was Sunday, and my boy and his crew won their regatta, and they're going to nationals. And so I was like, heck yeah, let's use that super cool postcard. So I am using clear tape at the top, and then that's a little piece of washi. Obviously, it says Go Team. I have some school stickers from him, and I don't have them down here. And so I'm going to put a school sticker at the top, like across that postcard, if you will. And then, yeah, super excited. There's a little clip art. If you guys have been watching my videos, you've seen some of this stuff. I pulled it like last week, I think, from a magazine. We had a great walk that morning with the gym crew, and a giant cup of coffee that's like bigger than the people. That's the way coffee should be. So I actually made coffee at home. I didn't even buy it that day, but yes, a big old cup of pumpkin spice coffee to get the day started and go for a walk. It was a great day. And then, yeah, so see that Charleston thing. Excuse me, I have like from a magazine, but I'm not going to put it on that page. I'm going to put it, I end up putting it, I think, oh, yes, I do. I end up putting it on the side. I'm trying to see kind of where it might fit. And I know I want to use their school sticker at the top, but they also raced in Charleston, South Carolina. And so I wanted that like as the location. And so I'm going to tuck it in there, just in that side right there, and just kind of flip that card down. Yep. So super excited to use. You guys, that's the stuff we cut out of the magazines. So excited about that. Now here's this little yoga card because I went to yoga that night, and I don't know where it's going to go right now. It's still, as we speak, not in my journal. Like it's still just tucked in there because I can't quite figure it out, but I want to note that I went, and I may end up cutting down the card. And I may end up using something else. Like I think I have some little stickers or something, but those little yoga cards are just so stinking cute. So there is me just grabbing a piece of, empty notebook paper out of one of my little journals to create a journaling spot below that flip down, flip thing, whatever. And so I tucked it underneath there. I'm going to trace around it, and then I'm going to cut it to measure. So we say this all the time. When we have the plain paper, we want to decorate it. When we have the decorated paper, I have to create a blank space to journal on. I know the irony. I get it. But this is just one of the ways I use up all those little notebooks of paper. And this is literally just a lined notebook. You can see there. But I really, I do like it. It has two kinds of paper in it, actually. But it has like a blue grid, which I know you guys have seen. Excuse me. So that will allow me a space below there, right, to do that. And I'm trying to think what else is on that page. I can't quite see yet. I do have a couple pictures. I haven't put them on yet. I have little screenshots from the Instagram from the school from the school page or whatever. And so I will end up adding those on as well. And then, documenting about the day. So super cool, super excited. We need to make our reservations and tickets to go out for nationals. So looking forward to that. So there's the two like screenshots, if you will. And just super, super excited for the boy because it's his senior year and just, super stoked. So right there, it says match race champions and their little mascot or whatever. So that's kind of fun. And just, I don't know, super stoked, that they get to have these experiences. I just think it's amazing. So we're here for it. And I just put a little tape like on half and you can see flipping out there. And then that one I'm going to tuck underneath for the journaling. And I actually stick it down and realize it's sticking out a little bit and it's also completely fine. 100% completely fine. So I think that's all I do there. I'm looking in my journal as we're speaking. And then, I do have little, see all the school stickers off to the left there? And so, they say things like, wow, great job, you did it, excellent, that sort of thing. So I'm just looking through them and trying to see, is there something we could use? Is there something we could use of these? Because gosh knows, we only have 500 and we need to use them up. So I'm actually looking as we speak where they're at because I want to put one on the calendar. I forgot to put it on the calendar, I think. So we can add that and get a little bit more decorated on the calendar. So I end up choosing one, the excellent, and then I choose one for the inside that says wow. I don't know, like, I don't know. I don't know. Super fun. It was really cool though, because, like to hear the boy talk about it and, it's really cool to see the sportsmanship on the water and, like hear about how close it was with his other school and the school that they went into their final race with. He like almost went there and really liked the coach. And so it's just really neat to, see him still have a relationship with them. And it's great. Again, the sportsmanship between the teams is awesome. Okay. For those of you that are new here, welcome. If you're not new, you just saw me pull that popcorn box out from my junk journal spot. That is the official popcorn box from the University of Montana soccer games. It is perfect for like a journal. It's perfect, but I'm not going to make a journal out of it. And I decided I wanted to use it. And I just peeled that layer off of the cardboard, okay, to get that really thin piece of all those paw prints. And so we're going to tuck it in this page. Now, y'all know this is the hot mess page. It is not done even as we speak. And I'm going to have to come back to it and figure out what needs to go on this day and go from there. This day was a complete whirlwind and nothing happened, honestly. Like I went to work, my husband came home and then he left and then I went to work and it was crazy. So, so there we have it. All right. We're working our way backwards. I know I tend to work my way backwards to get caught up, like kind of get the most recent stuff out. I'm not too sure, but anyway, we're making our way backwards. So this was last Friday, like a Friday ago. You've seen me, I think, work on this page. It was the first day of autumn here, I guess. I didn't know. And so it's got that giant knee on it. And I'm just going to put that autumn thing right across like that. Yep. So I had a really hard day at PT and there's a McDonald's across the parking lot. There is. And so I went to McDonald's. That I did. So again, this is me just trying to kind of put stuff into the journal and get it situated and get it going. Some of these pages like that one, these are all pretty pretty done. Now that green one that we just passed is not, and I kind of got to go back and figure out what I want to do. There's the Inspired to Create prompt from, I guess, 2 weeks ago now. My creepy page. Oh my gosh. That was actually the day that I got the book. I did a review for you guys of the 2 cutout books I got. And so here I'm just noting the temperature. I really enjoy doing that sometimes. I am fascinated sometimes by the weather because sometimes it is such a wide spread in how cold and to how hot it gets here. It's very interesting, but we're starting to have a little cooler weather. So 65 to 51 is our low. 65 was a high for the day. 51's getting a little low, like all of a sudden, not, there's a little crisp in the air and it's lovely. It's lovely. 65, completely still warm enough to sit out on the deck in my shorts and get some vitamin D. So totally happy. All right, this page is another, I think, hot mess page. I ended up dumping a lot of paint onto it. And I do like it. I just have to kind of figure out like what's going to happen. So here's a little bat from that cutout book that I got. And he's going to make his first debut in my book because we have a bat in the house. Yeah. And so like he comes and goes. And the minute I think he's gone, he comes back. And I've read every article on it and I've read all of it. And people are like, don't get rid of bats. They're super good. They eat all the stuff. And other people are like, oh my gosh, you have a bat. That's amazing. That's why you don't have this other bugs in your house. And then other people are like, oh my God, if they're in your bedroom, trap it, take it to the hospital because you could have rabies. So I appreciate you and your comments. But I'm trying to read the stuff. And no, of course I don't want a bat in my house. I understand. Of course, and it's specifically not in my bedroom, but the current circumstance of my life is that he was sleeping in my bedroom this night. And so I took this picture of him. He is sleeping on my smoke alarm in my bedroom. Yeah. So I had to gently figure out a way to get him out so I could go to sleep. And so what does that look like? That looks like I closed everything off and left my door open so he could go outside, and I didn't go to bed until he went to bed, until he left. So, there's a little tiny bat sleeping. I mean, he's like no bigger than I don't even know what, right? And so, oh my God. Yeah, this is my life. Okay. So see that little bucket? That's my little thing of scraps. Like I have a whole scrap drawer, do not get me wrong. But on my desk, I took those out of my kind of monthly bucket, if you will, just for scraps and like stuff on my desk. Now it doesn't have to sit on my desk. I can put it in fact, I'm going to do some right now as I'm talking to you because I tend to pull stuff and then not use it, right? And now I have a little space for it. And so I can put it in this little bucket of paper scraps. And so I'm just digging through there and I'm making some little, I don't know what they call this. I don't know, cluster. I don't think it's like really a cluster. It's like a paper blocking thing. I don't even know. I just like to layer some paper together. That's what I'm doing. I just layer some paper together. So, I was just kind of pulling some pieces that I thought went. Now, the piece that does not match, you can see what I have in front of me. The piece that does not match is my favorite, one of my favorites at least, piece, and is that beautiful blue stripe. Now that was Happy Mail from Sweet Elizabeth, not exaggerating, years ago. And I've used every piece and I keep finding like another little piece of it or whatever. And I want it so badly under my little photo. So I'm trying to make it, it doesn't go together. This is what I'm just telling you. Spoiler alert. Okay. It just doesn't go together and I don't care. Because I love it and I want to use it. So there's my little bat. I'm making him a little place to live on my page with the, layered paper over there, which I love. So I'm happy about that. And then I think I'm going to work on the other piece of blue. But yeah, so see, I'm just layering. Like that's some old dictionary and just layered. So I'm actually cleaning while I'm working with you guys. This is fun. Why? Why? Because I get stuff out and then I don't put it away. This is why. This is why my desk looks like it does, but it's going to be better now, and you're going to be part of the reason it's better. So thank you for your support. So yeah, I make that whole little, we'll call it a cluster. I don't know what it is. And then that one little bat gets this whole giant thing of my page, right? And then I'm going to glue kind of that cutout of a bat also. He was cute enough and not spooky enough that I could put him on this page. So that is the quote I think we cut out of a magazine together not too long ago also. And it says, "You were born to succeed, determination and dedication, purpose and passion, wholehearted hope, and a wish that shines bright enough to lead the way. That's what people need to achieve their dreams, and you've got them all. Now, all you need to do is let them work their magic." So I thought that was a pretty good quote for the week, considering, all I had going on at work and, considering if I was going to quit my job or not. So I popped it in there. And there you see that beautiful piece of blue paper. I have a beautiful picture of me having my morning coffee out on the deck doing my journaling and whatnot, and it just says "God bless America," and it's red, white, and blue. And so I put it on the blue paper, so it doesn't really match, but it's okay. I love it. I'm just there goes the picture, and then I'm gonna glue. You guys can see it. There's a little cookie tab. There it is, that Trader Joe's pumpkin cookies, and there's the tab from it. So I'm going to glue that in up there because that's the day I think I opened that box. So anyway, that's it for the journaling today, you guys. Thanks for hanging out, and I hope you find something today that inspires you.